Hi kids, we're back with our personal expertise writer's notebook. By now we have written the introduction. We have started our first boxes and bullets for chapter 1, which was our descriptive chapter. We have, now we're on our second boxes and bullets for chapter 2. So for my second boxes and bullets chapter, I wanted to talk about how to get into the kayak because it can be difficult. So let me go ahead and present this. Remember, we decided that chapter 2 would be our how-to chapter. And since I'm talking about kayaks, I thought it would be great to learn how to get into the kayak. It can be very difficult. So when you do a how-to chapter, you need some supporting details that support your topic sentence. My topic sentence was getting into a kayak can be difficult. Now every supporting detail below is going to give you a how to get into this kayak because it can be difficult. So I said my first supporting detail would be kayaks can be unstable, especially when you get in them. And then here is a transition word or a clue word that tells me these are going to be a how-to or steps in a process. First, find a solid ground like a shallow part of the lake or a dock. Next, put one foot in the kayak while balancing the rest of your body. This is the trick. You need to move quickly but carefully. Try to shift your center of gravity over the kayak while balancing on one foot. And then finally, slip your whole body into the kayak and maintain balance with your arms. Now you're ready to paddle. So some clue words when you are doing steps in a process are clue words like first, next, after that, finally, lastly. Those are the kind of words that you want to, they're like clue words that clue the reader in that you're talking about steps in a process. I want you to try to add those in your writing. When you're done making your boxes and bullets for chapter 2, you can move on to the part here that tells about, you can put it all together. You're putting everything back together. So I left this box over here that says you can say more with your sentences using examples, important words, definitions, steps, and tips, physical descriptions, comparison, or quotes. I didn't put any quotes in here, but I did use some tips or tricks. So it says, and I actually added a little bit more detail as I wrote, and that's okay too. So it says, getting into a kayak can be difficult. Notice that's a sentence, it's a complete thought, so I did end it with a period there. First, you need to find a stable place to get into the kayak. And I think I need to put a comma after first, but I'm not doing my editing yet, right? A shallow part of the lake or dock will work well. Next, put one foot in the kayak while using your other foot on the stable spot to balance. This is the trick. You need to move quickly, but carefully. And I think I could add more here by saying you need to move quickly because if you linger too long in either hovering over the kayak or on the stable spot, it makes you unbalanced. So I probably could add that in there. Try to shift your center of gravity over the kayak while balancing on one foot. Finally, slip your whole body into the kayak, meanwhile, maintaining balance with your arms. Now you're ready to paddle. So I see a few errors in here that I could fix with my commas, a few comma errors, and I'm going to come back and work on those. When you're working on your paragraph and putting the sentences over into your paragraph, make sure that you read it several times as you add more to it. Make sure it makes sense. Go back and read and reread. That's a tip that a good writer and reader will do. Now I also need to type my heading here, so I'm going to highlight that. I clicked and dragged. And I think I'm going to call this chapter 2. And this is, I think do I want to call this getting into a kayak or how to get into a kayak, maybe? How to get into a kayak? I think that's pretty good. All right, so keep those things in mind while you work on your chapter 2. I'll be looking for transition words. I will be looking for complete sentences. And this little red box here should help you, maybe give you some steps or a tip on how to do something, a trick. Any of these details over here could help you do more. I could have used for example somewhere possibly in there. All right, see you soon, kids.